Dude, you think I'm gonna rant that long about this? Ugh.
What did you talk about?
Huh? Ranting bullshit and how it's not gonna work.
Ah,
This definitely isn't a rant thing, it's definitely more of a discussion.
okay. Now, I want to start this. I want to start my side of this on Hogan and his daughter, bringing his daughter Brooke into TNA, which I think is,
Bimbo.
a bad idea. Reason being, Brooke Hogan doesn't know anything about wrestling. The only thing she knows is that her father was a wrestler in the 80s, and
She thinks her father's the Ultimate Warrior.
the Ultimate War. I don't care what anyone says. The Ultimate Warrior is 100 times better than the Hulk Hogan, and he proved that.
This is the thing. Brooke Hogan is not a wrestler anyway. She's an actor and a model.
Exactly.
What would she fucking know about wrestling?
And apparently she's supposed to shake up the Knockouts division. How is she gonna do that? Like brag about clothes and shopping, and she's gonna walk in. Oh my god, my father was the WWE champion. Oh my god. Bitch,
Yeah,
please.
here's the thing.
She's gonna get eaten alive in that locker room.
People will think she's like Russo. We won't tell the difference between her bullshit and Russo's bullshit. Get those two idiots married, it would make sense.
And I don't like the storyline they're doing with Madison Rayne. Like her falling in love with Garrett Bischoff. Yes, it is Garrett Bischoff. She's falling in love.
Oh my god.
That's definitely
What is...
Eric Bischoff.
Why are they doing this shit with the families though?
They're trying to copy the McMahons.
TNA have got it really bad. They've got the Bischoffs and Hogan. Are basically the two families in it.
WWE's only had one family.
Robbie E has more talent than what Garrett does.
And Dixie Carter's trying to say Garrett Bischoff has a great amount of talent. He does not have talent. I've seen him wrestle. He's like...
He's awful.
The only reason he wins matches is because Hulk Hogan and Dixie Carter put him on top of competition. Say if Garrett Bischoff went in the ring with AJ Styles and Garrett won, real TNA fans would call that bullshit.
Oh, they'd get pissed off. They would hate it.
TNA is losing fans as we speak right now, because when they learned that Brooke Hogan was brought to TNA, I was reading it on Twitter, all the tweets they were doing to Dixie Carter, calling her a dumb bitch and cunt and everything. So,
I don't think that's really... This is the problem. Hogan and Bischoff are puppeting her.
What Dixie Carter's got to do in order to gain back control is get her lips off Hogan's ass. And that's saying something.
This is the sad thing though. Dixie's in the same boat. She knows nothing about the business. She has to rely on people to tell her about it. Unfortunately, it's Hogan, Bischoff and Russo. They're the worst people to tell you about the business. Bischoff maybe not too bad, but Hogan and Russo, yes. They're the worst. Especially Russo.
Russo was the one who took mainly part in killing WCW with him doing in-ring competition, which absolutely sucked.
And having a fetish with pole matches.
Viagra on a pole. I mean, who the hell
Pinata on a pole.
Why the hell would you have a Viagra on
Steel
a pole?
Steel chair on a pole.
I mean, when you
WWE did it with ECW. They had Singapore Kane on a pole match, which is fucking terrible, with Sandman and Matt Striker.
I could understand that TNA has this match where weapons are on the roof of a cell, and when the cell roof is lowered, you can go grab a weapon.
I don't mind Lethal Lockdown. I reckon that's a pretty cool idea.
But
I don't mind Lethal Lockdown.
It's in the days now that Hulk Hogan's in control, and he's like, let's look to WWE for ideas and copy them. So WWE brought back Brock Lesnar. A couple of days after Brock Lesnar returned, TNA signed another UFC fighter called King Mo.
who no one has any fucking idea who the hell King Mo is.
And Hogan and Dixie think he's gonna shake up UFC. He's gonna shake up TNA.
No one's fucking seen him yet.
No one knows who he is, so how the hell could he shake up TNA?
People think he's dead. He hasn't even been on the show. Look at what's his name? That guy that was on the first gut check, Alex Silver.
Yeah, that's his name. Yeah.
Where's he?
He's only had like 1 or 2 matches, and we haven't seen.
He's only
him
had
for
one.
like 2 weeks.
He's only had one
He's only had
since
one
last
match.
month, and that was the one where he started with bloody Robbie E. At least with Joey Ryan, they actually got someone good, which was Austin Aries.
Exactly, and
I know Joey Ryan, he's skilled. Looks like Rick Rude, has a porno mustache, he'd work perfectly.
you know, the only people that
He's,
TNA.
well,
The only
what's sad though, he already has a TNA contract because he's in Ring King.
Exactly.
He's,
And we knew, and I knew that Alex Silver got signed to TNA before the episode. He got chosen to sign a contract.
Wasn't he Ring King as well, or was he just some random guy that just picked up off the street?
I think it was some random guy. I could be wrong because I haven't watched Ring of King.
I know Joey Ryan's on Ring King because I've seen him. He does that tag team with bloody Nunzio. Broadway and Hollywood.
What I think of TNA right now is Jeff Jarrett should not have passed that down. He shouldn't have passed that down.
Really, I know if Schleg Daddy hears this, he's going to rip us to pieces, but we need Jeff Jarrett back there.
Jeff Jarrett needs to get in control back. Because if he watches TNA like he claims he does, he could see the damage that is going on in the company he founded 10 years ago.
Like, okay, I'm willing to admit he's still a mid-card piece of shit, as Mr. Schleg Daddy from Off the Rope Show says. He is a mid-card piece of shit that manipulated Russo, but he knew how to start and run a business from the beginning before Russo got there. And then it just sort of went a bit. But, like, when did it started getting really bad, like, as soon as they went to TV.
Exactly.
When Russo went really crazy on these ideas, and then it just looked fucking terrible. Because when they went on TV, Russo didn't get much of a, manipulation. As soon as they went to do a TV deal, Russo was everywhere.
If I was a company owner and Vince Russo has to be a part of my company, I would say no because of the Owen Hart accident. I still blame him for the accident because in an interview Vince Russo said Owen Hart wanted to do that descent from the rafters, and
No, he didn't. He was afraid of heights and he knew the scaffold wouldn't hold him.
and that's when
The scaffold was only meant to hold small objects and tools, not a big 250-pound wrestler.
That's when Bret Hart and a Hart family friend came into it saying what you just said basically. Owen Hart was afraid of heights. So
Because that's what, because I was looking it up. Didn't Owen say that backstage to a few other guys and they testified against Russo on it?
yeah, Owen Hart would tell guys backstage he didn't want to do the descent.
I know a few guys testified against Vince Russo for it, a few.
But, he was afraid to tell Vince McMahon and the creative team that he didn't want to do it in case it would hand him his last paycheck and send him out the door.
Much like they did, probably not like they did with Brett, but,
But I reckon if Vince Russo didn't bring back the Blue Blazer, we would still see Owen Hart in the ring today.
Oh, he was great.
It was one of the greatest wrestlers in the WWF, and they threw him away with some stupid gimmick that he did like 10 years before that. They sent him out, put a mask on him, saying, "Go on, go make a mockery of your career. Go make a career out of a downfall." And it was all because Vince Russo was jealous of all the publicity and how popular Owen Hart was.
The only mistake I could really... Well, there are a few mistakes. The firstly is accidentally botching the pile driver and breaking Austin's neck.
But the thing,
And then he
about,
uttered these words of wisdom.
the thing about that is if you're Owen Hart and you're gonna do your finishing move, if you're gonna do the finishing move on somebody, you gotta count on them to prepare to hit the mat.
Isn't he the one that uttered these words?
Yeah.
And that's why I kicked your leg out of your leg.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he did screw up his promos a fair few times, but he was a great competitor. He probably wouldn't survive today, where charisma's pretty big, and wrestling isn't seen as too too. What the hell are you doing? Hello.
Hello, Trendy Horton. Trendy Horton.
Hold on.
Oh, jeez.
You actually think that was just the right day, guy?
I reckon, okay, so we'll recap this.
Yep.
Okay, point. Absolutely shit idea. Absolutely rubbish. It's not gonna work. Point is Russo's a complete prick.
Oh god.
And point is Owen Hart was a great wrestler that was gone too soon.
I'm like a couple of seconds out from yelling yappa pie out really loud. Yappa pie! Oh my god.
Botchamania soundboard, you've saved the day.
Thank you, Botchamania.
Like on YouTube.
Steinomania with the fat asses. Steinomania running wild.
Where is it? There we go. Okay, what was next on the agenda?
So I'm now logging into Twitter on my phone to check out if Scott Steiner has tweeted or if TNA has tweeted themselves about anything. I'm gonna search for Scott Steiner tweets.
So what was the next picture topic I put up there?
Let me try and find that one. Ah, here's a good one.
Oh, hello, yes, this one, specifically on Raw, not SmackDown but Raw.
Now, if you notice in the WWE, there's been absolutely no great hype up to a rivalry except for Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, and Chris Jericho, Randy Orton, which that rivalry cannot continue right now because Jericho has been suspended. So any plan they had for Randy Orton to fire back at Jericho, they cannot happen unless he does it in a promo. Which means we got to sit through 5 minutes of Orton telling us his name is Randy Orton, and he was the youngest ever World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, but I want to flick it back to Raw. We're not going to go on another tirade of Russo, okay? We've already established he's a complete piece of shit and a waste of the business, but the writers, did they take the week off, or were they just fucking lazy on Raw? It was just, atrocious.
It happened last week as well, because their ratings went down to 2.0s.
your phone with a computer? I'm hearing the bloody phone interruption buzzing noise.